Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the experience, to the journey. I'm going to touch on a couple of more difficult things today that I haven't talked about in a while, but it's been presented to me, and people are coming to me and asking and inquiring, about what I believe and what's my message. And I know I have a lot of religious paraphernalia and a lot of pictures and things and plaques and crosses and this and that, and everything that I have, or everything that I say, everything that I bring to the table as a person in recovery, a spiritual person, is my own experience, right? I'm not asking you to believe that. I'm not asking you to believe that. I'm not asking you to believe any of these or that or that. I'm not even asking you to believe me. But what I want you to do is to open your heart and to see that there are very, very, very many paths, avenues, streets, highways, and byways, if you will, where people can find their own journey and get to the destination to where they're going on in their own way, right? And that's what it comes down to. When I started this channel 3 years ago, I fell into what I thought was a genuine personal relationship with a power greater than me, right? I didn't truly come into a true relationship with a power greater than me until I, finally surrendered and gave up. And that's when I was able to obtain my relationship with a power greater than me, not anything that I found in a book. It was all culminated to that point. And so when I truly had found what I believe to be God, right? Because we use the word God because it's a term. It's a word that we use, the world uses in their vocabulary, right? To describe what it is to them that means God, right? So your definition of God might be quite different than mine. And I've tried to explain it so many different times on this channel and on social media that God to me means a divine presence, a power greater than us in our lives, right? It's hard to put a name or a tag or a definition or a description on this because in our layman's terms as humans, it doesn't work. We can never do it justice. When somebody comes on the channel or messages me and says that God isn't real, I'm okay with that. I truly am, because you know what? They're on a different avenue. They're on a different street than I am. And we call them people atheists. We call them agnostics, because if you don't believe in God, that's what you're, an atheist or an agnostic, which is, it's okay. I respect that view, that belief. It's a varying belief than mine, but I have to have that divine presence in my life, right? And I say divine because God is a word that people have put bad connotations to. So divine, kind of hard to mess that up. But so as we talk about the divine, we talk about people in this religion, in that religion, in this religion, in that religion. I'm trying to almost placate to everybody and say that I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with anybody's religions, but I'm here to tell you that a divine presence in my life has changed my life. Now, the second thing I want to talk about with you guys, and I'm so excited to do this because it's about this. It's about AA, because I did start this channel 2-3 years ago, and I started preaching from the Bible. I was doing Sunday sermons. I thought that I had reached the pinnacle of my spiritual maturity and I was going to be a preacher. Well, whoa, boy, was I wrong. And I was just power blasted past that, and I was sent into a different realm after I started working a one day at a time program. And now for many, many years, for 2 years now, 3 years, I've gone to meetings, I've sponsored people, I've done the AA thing. I went to the 90 and 90 when I first got clean. And I found a lot of great, priceless treasures and lifelong friends and information and experiences in this program. But I don't think that AA is my God. AA isn't the divine presence in my life. AA is the recovery literature written for and by people who are alcoholics or drug addicts, right? NA or AA. And I was reading last night in this, it's called Dr. Bob and the Old Timers, and I was reading that, I'm a little bit through, and this is talking a little bit about Dr. Bob's postgraduate work when he really truly became an alcoholic. He tasted hard cider in the early 1900s, late 1800s, when he was on the farm, and then when he went to college, he tried it again and he got hooked. But yet he was able to succeed and get his medical degree and go to postgraduate school and go to medical school and get all that while slowly transitioning into a full-blown alcoholic like I was. And that, to me, I had breakfast with a brother this morning, and we talked a little bit about that, and he shared with me some experiences that he had, and I truly appreciate that with alcohol. And although I'm not going to share, it's like this for me. We used to use alcohol every single day, right? We used to use it all day, every day. I did. And it wrecked our lives. We have to almost put that same fervor. In fact, we do. That same amount of passion, commitment, dedication that we had into drinking and drugging into our recovery. So every day you have to wake up and think about recovery. Every day you have to wake up and think, eat, drink, sleep, walk, talk, recovery, sobriety. And in the layman's terms, that's a one day at a time program. And that's what the AA program taught me, was that one day at a time program. Because we use this, we use the AA book, we use the 24 hours a day book, we use the Little Red book, we use the one day at a time book, we use the NA How It Works. I mean, daily reflections, it goes on and on and on. It's endless, because these people had recovery in mind. Some people disagree. Some people say, they're evil, they're satanic, they're this or that. Those people can have that opinion. But we, as people who have worked the program and have actually tried to make a life of it, have done so. And I am ready and I am able to tell you guys today that I'm turning a page. I think we're going to get away from the AA Alcoholics Anonymous message. Now, I know the 12 steps has really, really helped us. And I think we're going to continue to do the daily readings and work a little bit around the 12 steps. But I think we're going to transition into trying to think about things in a more spiritual way, right? And try to work on that personal relationship with the divine, right? And we can do that in AA. But what I want us to focus on is that true relationship with God, right? And something that's not found in a book. It's not found in this or that. We got to go out and seek after it. We got to do a good recovery program one day at a time in order to seek that out. We got to pray. We got to meditate. We got to ask for the right things. Now, I'm not saying you're praying to God per se. You're praying to whatever divine presence is in your life. And so we got to be somewhat tiptoey around things, because people get offended and people get, they hear the word God and they truly think bad things because they've had bad experiences in their life. And I have had too, but I'm here to tell you that there's another way. There's an other side to all that. And if we can show maturity and get past some of the things that have hurt us before, then we will be able to help each other find the right path. Because really, truly, my wife made a comment about this morning, and she's like, well, it's kind of goofy because everybody believes in different gods, but what if it's the same God, you guys? You know what I'm saying? What if it's the same divine presence, like I think it is, that's giving us all the same power, but we're all grown up on different streets and in different ethics, different morals, different ethnicities, different areas of the world, and so we're all going to have varying and differing in differing beliefs. But what if that road that we're converging on all comes together, and we're all under the same divine presence that is asking you to do this one thing: stay in recovery, stay sober and abstinent from the things that have gotten us into trouble. That could be gambling, it could be sex, it could be drinking, it could be drugging, it could be hurting other people, it could be resentment, rage, it could be a bunch of different things. Bad ways, behavior, stinking thinking is kind of what I'm talking about. I talk about this so much, it comes so easy to me, but what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that I may have a lot of things on the peripheral, but each one of these books and each one of these pictures and each one of these things means something to me and my walk and my journey. So if you see something in my video that you might not like, don't turn away. Try to find out more about it. Try to find out if that truly is my belief, or maybe it's not. Maybe I have all this stuff as a distraction. Maybe it's not truly what I believe at all. There are things for us to learn in this life, and I think the more we band together with other people, it could help. So I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your view or your belief is. As long as you're here in kindness and in a genuine way, we're going to be friends. I love it, you guys. I want to talk about this stuff because it's important to me, and I don't think that we could get by without it. So I could never get by without the program of AA. I couldn't, right? Up until this point, I think that it's been an integral part of my recovery. So has God, and so has religion at one point in my life created a wealth of knowledge for me on what to do and what not to do. And that's like anything, you guys. So there are a couple of people that are getting to know me out there, and if you've made it through the video, I'm here to tell you that I'm not much different than you. It's just that we kept growing up and taking different paths to get here. So the more we can agree on things, and the less we disagree, I guess the more that we have an opportunity to build a friendship. And I'm just so excited for that, So, if I do post a verse regarding the Bible, or if I make a video that has Bible verses in it, that doesn't mean that I'm all of a sudden uh, different a different person. It's still me. I just found inspiration in that scripture that day, and it might not mean anything to me today, but it had meaning that day that I shared it. So I feel led to share in the spirit, and when I do that, it usually works out. But sometimes it makes people think a little bit, and it makes them wonder why I have a picture of Jesus on my wall. It's because that guy inspires me, man. That guy inspired me. He inspires me every day to be more like that, And I'm sure, I want to be more like this guy too. I want to build creative art, and I want to make an impression on the world that's long lasting. Maybe not in the motorcycle realm, but maybe in recovery, right? Maybe not in the religious realm, but in recovery, right? We can do this, you guys. We got this. I love you. If you're finding this message on Facebook, give me a like and tell me down below if you agree or disagree, because I think a lot of people are getting the wrong idea on the channel and what message I'm trying to bring. And I think some people are thinking I'm teeter-tottering, but I've never been teeter-tottering. I've been on the same spiritual path that I've been on. So it's just changed slightly in my beliefs because I've learned and I've grown in a more spiritual way, right? So spiritual wisdom and maturity comes in time. And the more we work a one day at a time program, I think that we'll find that. So God bless you. Have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next time. Okay.